Hello everybody, thank you so much for joining me once again on a Harkle video. Well you guys, I knew some of this information, I know you guys do too, but some of it actually surprised me. It really did. So we're just going to get into it. We're going to get into Harry's true character, and we already know me again, but you know, I've got some clips for her too, of course. And then we have commercials. We have it all, of course. So let's just get into it. A little bit of a different beginning, but I felt for this video it was actually kind of perfect. Because I think that she is the devil's wife. And guess who the devil is? So this one I'm gonna be reading a little bit, but you guys are gonna be shocked at what you read, or maybe you won't be, but I know I was. And of course I've got clips and everything else. So we're gonna start off with something I didn't know. I don't know if you guys did. Well, we knew it's a marriage made in hell, but I didn't know this about the Queen. Okay, so this was quite shocking. Allegedly, and this has got to be true, you guys, because if these people put their names on the record, that says a lot. Allegedly, according to Paul Weebrew, CVO RVM, a former member of staff to the royal household, he served as page of the backstairs to Queen Elizabeth II until her death on 8th of September 2022. Meghan asked the late Queen $90 million to leave Harry before the Sussex wedding. The late Queen offered her $10 million. Meghan rejected the Queen's offer. Holy crap. Holy crap. Well, we all know now, and we all did before anyways, I think, that the Queen is no dummy. She knew exactly what this woman was about. Look at that. That is, wow. That is mind-blowing to me. It really is. Holy moly. Well, oh, wow. I'm almost speechless. So that look she was giving her was a far more than just a white dress, if you know what I mean. Yep. So this clip is a little bit older. It's right before Spare. But the main thing I want you to get from this is their marriage and what's going on. That's the main thing about it, so yeah.
Italy magazine says that cops were called on Harry and Meghan over a massive fight. While Harry's close-up rages on millions of copies of his book spread all over the world, the news comes from Montecito that he and his wife wouldn't be going through the serene moment that everyone could imagine in light of the sensational publishing success. According to what was reported by the German magazine Frau Aktuell, Harry and his wife Meghan would have had a heated argument, so big as to require the intervention of the Californian County Police where they live. As expected, no confirmation or denial from those directly involved came to comment on the indiscretion. Nor are there any photographic evidence of the arrival of the police, but that was enough for the rumour to circulate quickly, together with the former actress's alleged desire to divorce the husband, with whom she's very much in love on TV and paper. But what would have exacerbated the marriage crisis of the most talked about couple of the moment? According to rumours, Meghan would not have liked the words that Harry reserved for one of his historic exes, Chelsea Davy, in his controversial Spare, described to friends as the best thing that ever happened to him. The situation therefore would have worsened in these hours of maximum media attention towards the husband, with whom we're now even talking about separation. The business that the two carry on together, however, could block the desire to close a marriage also governed by an important prenuptial agreement. A literally golden moment for both, to which therefore it would not be convenient to say goodbye in the near future. King Charles is reportedly planning to win back his son Prince Harry with an alleged divorce settlement offer to Meghan Markle.
Okay, so I don't have very much for this part because I'm focusing more on themselves each. But I did want just to put a little bit together to show how toxic they are together. Even the cops are called. The queen even she offered the queen money. I can't even believe that. It just shocks me. Anyway, so I guess we will have a commercial and then we'll get to the meat of all of this.
There were several conversations about what gender the baby might be.
Wait. What?
Yeah,
Who is having that conversation?
my father, my brother, the Queen. People would ask, do we know? Do we know? And we always had planned that the baby would decide that for itself, but to presume that we could know.
What?
Yeah. And I love my brother, and I love my family, and I love my grandmother, and we love the baby. But
Disgusting.
it's hurtful. We need to modernize the conversation.
Oh,
So,
where you going?
Carlisle Hotel, please. I need to go now.
Carlisle Hotel. Okay.
Oh my God, that was close.
Yo, buddy, calm down. What you doing?
Oh my God.
Don't ever stand Prince Harry fucking crazy, man. Hey, buddy, get out. Get out of my taxi.
You mean like the movie Get Out?
Get out.
Why?
And I don't know the movie Get Out, but you need to go.
Clearly it's like a
Ooh, look at me. I love my brother. I love my family.
That's hurtful.
God. Some people.
Okay, so what the hell? Are you kidding me? Who is just Harry, really? And I want to know, really, who is he? Because I knew some of this stuff, you guys, but I didn't know all the details, and it's something. So, get ready to learn stuff you don't wanna, if you don't already know it. Oh my. Okay, so I'll warn you guys, this is disturbing. And it's also conflicting because in the second half of this video, you're going to feel almost different. It's hard to explain, but you'll understand soon enough. Okay. The tide is turning. Talk Radio Royal correspondent Rupert Bell is speaking out. Rupert Bell is just one of many journalists who have had enough of the antics of the duplicitous duo. This would never have happened a year ago. People were guarded about criticizing Harry and the actress. It seems that all of a sudden journalists have had their shackles released. Are they being encouraged by the palace to speak on their behalf? It would appear so. This is a trick that Miss Markle uses. Her friends leak news to the papers, but everyone knows that Markle asks them to do it to further her agenda. Americans might say enough is enough, move on, but let's not hear endlessly about you and your gilded mansion in Los Angeles. If you think you have problems, then go down the back of a street in Los Angeles to see people with some real problems. Prince Harry is still a member of the richest family in the world. Some estimates put their worth as high as $100 billion when the assets of a global business enterprise that spans prime real estate in central London to remote farmlands in Scotland and palaces are added into the equation, not to mention the crown jewels in the Queen's priceless private art collection. Harry's sole claim to fame is that he's only known because of the privileged position he holds, a position he had never had to work a single day in his life to achieve. The spoiled child has never had to grow up, and now his family are paying the price. Now, you guys, what this is about is what you see in front of you. Look at what Harry's doing. I blocked her eyes in that because she's an adult, but she's obviously out of it, and because he's a prince, he's just doing what he wants. This takes a very dark turn. I'm just going to warn you right now. The rest are people's comments. However, they are very, it's hard not to believe them, let's just say that. And it turns pretty dark. I can't look at him either. Honestly, feel he is beyond redemption. In the UK, he beat women during sex. One has such profound injuries that she'll never be able to function independently again. It is said that Charles settled with her family for a huge sum. Holy crap, you guys. She wasn't the only one either. The palace has paid out untold millions in damages from Harry's violent temper and uncontrollable tantrums. Diana spoke of those a few times. The palace paid millions to PR firm to repair his reputation and rebuild his image to make him acceptable, blaming his violent behavior on Diana's death. When Diana spoke of his bad behavior when he was a child and now his anger issues and tantrums, they left her exhausted. He was never accountable, not paid consequences for anything he'd done. He's pissed the palace no longer protects him. Protects him meaning they don't cover up for him anymore. It's better late than never, but still too much late to make a difference. Someone says, I'm sure King Charles III was personally crushed and appalled by his son's perverted behavior. I certainly would be if it were mine. Paying the huge sum of money has been viewed by some as a payoff for the family silence, but in my opinion, it was done for the comfort of the individual and her loved ones. It's financially devastating to have to provide long-term care for a loved one. H needs to be sectioned and locked away, maybe even prison, a real prison, not a country club incarceration. My understanding is that he's still doing it in the U.S. I don't know how he's managing to keep it under wraps, though DNAs and substantial private payouts he's giving. That's where all the money could be going, maybe, on keeping everything hush-hush. No wonder that, according to some reports I've seen, they're almost broke. You are right. I've heard that the palace are still protecting Henry from abuse he inflicted on women. Allegedly, Charles has paid off a woman who received a fracture and another one who will be mentally scarred for life. There are more. Just what I heard. Meghalire will know of this and will use it to advantage in the divorce. Disgusting picture. That photo posted with this piece annoys the hell out of me. He shows his total lack of respect for the girl he thinks it's okay to feel up in such a shitty way. Hideous face. He's such a gross man. So someone says, old news, and then another says, who cares if it's old news? He viciously beat a woman nearly to death and seriously injured another girl also. How is this old news? These are serious injuries that these young women will have to deal with for the rest of their lives. This is daily and constant news. Agreed. I had heard, but obviously we need proof, that he attacked a couple of sex workers when he was in the army. Oh my God, you guys, what is up with him? In the army now. Quite a few people have said it, and it was covered up by the brass army. He did take drugs at the time as well. I mean, why would different people that don't know each other say this? Right? Right? A couple, Linda, they refused to service him. He was hurting them. He's a grub of the highest order. Oh my God, you guys. This is massive. I did not know this. Did you? Please tell me in the comments, because this is something else altogether. This makes me despise him. And they're right. Why do so many people say the same stories over years and years? Oh my God, you guys. Oh my God. Oh, and he just gets better, doesn't he? Drizzle, a cherished polo pony belonging to the royal family of Wales, died during a polo match May 8th following a cardiac event, according to several sources. Prince Harry's polo pony dies, the horse. So you can see him there on the horse. He was warned not to, she was pregnant, you guys, this horse. He was warned not to ride her, and he did, and right after she had a heart attack. I'll go on. The death of Drizzle, a pony Prince William and Prince Harry used for polo, has been in the news recently. According to media reports, Prince Harry was taking part in the second half of a charity match when he realized that Drizzle was struggling. Within minutes of being retired from the match, Drizzle suffered a heart attack and died. The media reporting Drizzle's death is little more than an unfortunate incident. A guest at the match told the Mail on Sunday that it was very lucky that Harry wrote her off because we were spared the gruesome spectacle of watching the pony die. And this is another one that he put injuries in with his spurs, as you can see. This guy, I feel like puking almost. This guy makes me sick, you guys. Like, seriously? Women and animals, eh? What a piece of shit. And I'm sorry, you guys, if I'm cursing. But I just cannot help this. I cannot. So, let's go on. Debbie Banks, always a miscreant, covered up for his whole life. Pictures don't lie. Line them all up side by side, provide disgusting past behavior, especially the one where he's licking a guy's nipple or wearing a Nazi uniform. He blamed that one on his brother and sister-in-law, unless we forget the bloody polo pony from digging his spurs so deep, and the pregnant polo pony he was told not to ride due to her pregnancy, but he did it anyway, and she died. Selfish, spoiled, drug-using miscreant. If nothing else, this shocker about the mayor should be put out there. Feels sure some hands at the polo club would comment anonymously, maybe even some members. It's a disgrace that he was allowed to ride that mare. The people that run that club should have prevented that from happening and should have been charged with cruelty to animals. Oh. And so should that lowlife that rode her to death along with her foal. He should have been beaten within an inch of his life. Bastard. By the way, you guys, I love horses. I grew up on horses. I've ridden horses my whole life. This makes me sick. And criminal. I'm sure he broke some law in this vile treatment of a pregnant mare. I could just cry. Yes, this is absolutely unforgivable, and this deviant behavior of his needs to be kept in everyone's memories. I despise looking at him anymore. That's why I'm putting this out here, you guys. People, even if you know about it, some don't. I know some don't. And this has got to be out because he is a piece of shit. He deserves what he's getting. Oh, and to make it even worse, look at how lovely, amusing Prince Harry twirls his umbrella as he walks through the royal enclosure. This is at the Ascots where the horses race. Yep. Joker, Prince Harry makes a fellow guest burst into laughter. You see, this is what that palace machine did, you guys. It totally gave him a different persona than what we know he is now. And the last one, dapper Prince Harry grins as he makes his way through the royal enclosure. I didn't want to put any more than that because he's making me sick, to be honest. Nick, I knew he was like a crappy guy, but this goes beyond crappy guy. Do you know what I mean? I keep expecting somebody to talk back to me. I'm losing my mind. I just hope that you guys are screaming at your screen, whichever one you... Yes, yes, yes. This makes him a horrible, horrible person. Like, I can't even believe this stuff. I can't... It's just unbelievable to me. Ugh. Okay, so I have to put on a commercial before I get too upset. Because then we're going to go on to, well... You know. So, let's do that. I'm sorry, you guys. There's a couple of things I wanted to show you that I forgot about. This actually was on the paper. Ulrika Johnson blames Prince Harry's brutal attitude to women on Princess Diana's death. Connected that Prince Harry's attitude towards women in the past has been dismissive and even brutal, but thinks his behavior was sparked by the death of his mother, Princess Diana. Are you kidding me right now? Rarely respected Prince Harry has a problem with women. They are either objectified or dismissed by horny prince, says Ulrika Johnson. And this hit the Sun. So this was out there, you guys. This was out there. Shocking, eh? So anyways, I apologize that I missed that. So let's just get to the commercial.
Going to go change into something more comfortable. I will be back to see what people are saying about me on YouTube.
Well, hello everybody. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you all had a lovely weekend. The social climbing skills, absolutely out of this world for how quickly she went from being an unknown cable TV actress in Canada to royal girlfriend to royal bride to now Megxit living in the California multi-million-pound mansion, a mansion that she never would have been able to afford. She could make a fortune by writing a book, as I've said in previous videos, on how to social climb, how to bag a prince, how to get away with what she did so quickly. But that was it. It's the speed of which she executed her plan that I think allowed her to get away with the stealthiness of what she was up to.
She is correct.
What are you watching tonight?
Oh, just catching up on the recent episode of Downtown Abbey.
I already watched it. I am going to go to bed early. It has been a long, stressful day. Don't stay up too late. We have that television interview in the morning.
I won't be up too late. I think I am going to write a how-to book.
No matter what his gripes are, could bear to cohabit with those two, presumably. Hilltop girl means because she doesn't specify, but I would imagine she means Meghan and Doria and Uriah Heep. Meghan, just Mr. Milan, just the most fabulous woman that God ever put on this earth. Don't you just think that plastic surgery has made me look good? And I just love when the newspapers say that I'm photographed without makeup and my cheeks are blushed to within an inch of their lives, and my mouth is glossed to within an inch of its life, and my eyebrows are coloured to within an inch of their lives. And it's the no makeup look that takes me only about half an hour to put on. Not like the fully made up look that takes an hour and a half. But anyway, as Hilltop Girl was saying, I mustn't interrupt her because she's speaking about me.
I saw that lady see and I thought it'd be funny to watch. So anyway, now it's me again's turn. We know, heartless and cruel. Yes, she is. So I hope I found some things that either you didn't know or I can, put a little bit more detail in for you. But let's just see what she's all about. And these guys, these two they deserve each other. They really do. They really, really, really do. Okay. Have you guys seen this picture before, these pictures? Because I have not. That's a bite mark. That's me who wrote on there, by the way. That's a bite mark. No question. Look at his hand. I wonder what kind of fights these two really get in. You know what I mean? I have a feeling that she did an Amber Heard. Yeah. And then another one. I was like, another one? Where he's just out and about with a black eye? What in the... What is going on here, you guys? So... they're both physically abusive to each other? Is that what's going on? Because, I just am shocked. I knew she was emotionally abusive and all that, right? And that he's kind of an asshole and stuff. But this goes beyond the pale. I'm sorry, it does. I think we know that, right? And I didn't even see this stuff when I did, the Amber Heard Johnny Depp one with them. So this is just what? What? But people are bringing it up again. That's the thing. These posts are reposted, but they're brought up recently, you guys. Recently. So anyways, I've got a couple clips about her. We'll check out and go from there.
According to New Idea, Meghan Markle and her husband have constantly been fighting behind closed doors. A source said that Markle is upset that her Hollywood dreams haven't come true, and Meghan has also grown increasingly frustrated with Prince Harry. She blames the fact that Harry is more than happy to be a homebody, playing with Archie and the dogs and generally taking a breather, when he should be networking and hustling on the phone or video calls 24/7 like she is. She started complaining that Harry isn't even trying to fit in with her friends and potential business contacts, the unnamed source said. The insider also claimed that the suit's alum also has an issue with Prince Harry's presentation. Meghan Markle allegedly hates the same grey polo shirt and a baseball cap that her husband usually wears. She hates that he wears the same raggedy grey polo shirt and baseball cap all the time, especially when he knows she needs him to look sharp or mix among the type of Hollywood elite who will hopefully pay their bills in the form of plum acting roles. She married a prince, not a hobo, but in her angrier moments she rants that she can't tell the difference, the source said. Since the couple has been bickering non-stop, there is that pic showing bruises on Harry's face and bite marks on his arm that surprised royal fans, with reports of having a fight with Meghan where she assaulted him. There have been many reports of the palace staff, former staff and employees in general, saying that Meghan is someone who has a temper and is violent. There was an entire investigation going on into claims that both her and Harry bullied staff. According to exposing SMG's source, Meghan has a wicked temper and is extremely violent. When I say violent, I mean she throws things, screams at the top of her lungs, sometimes cries hysterically, and overall acts like a lunatic. Meghan and Harry's Australian tour was a big mess and heavily documented in Lady C's book. Apparently, Meghan threw hot tea at an Australian government house staff member and then paid $250,000 as hush money. Back in September, Meghan Markle's encounter with a royal staffer at Windsor Castle has sparked fierce debate on social media, with some accusing her of being rude and passive-aggressive. The former actress surprised thousands of mourners who were paying tribute to Queen Elizabeth at the royal residence on Saturday by stopping to greet them alongside Prince Harry, Prince William and Catherine. The two couples spent time looking at the growing floral tributes, gifts and letters that were laid against the property gates. But a 7-second video of Meghan has since gone viral on Twitter, with many debating whether she was being passive-aggressive towards a royal staffer. The clip appears to show a man, believed to be a royal aide, ask Meghan if she'd like him to hold the bouquet of pink, red and white roses that she was clutching. "I told them I'd place them over there, so you're good. Thank you, I appreciate that," she appeared to reply, with many claiming Meghan was being rude and passive-aggressive as she said it. She was rude to the aide when he went to take her flowers, and she wanted to hold on to them for a PR stunt later. In mid-sentence, she saw the camera and put on a phony "thank you, I appreciate it" act, one user commented. She was unnecessarily rude. His job was to relieve them of their bouquets so they could shake hands, etc. And there was a woman doing the same. "I don't think he went near her again," another added.
Wow. I'm not sure how I missed this, you guys, but I did. I was, before I started doing it myself, an avid watcher, so I honestly don't know how I missed this. Like, did you guys all know about this? I'm sure some of you did. I know one of you know who I'm talking about. One of you is an encyclopedia. You know who it is. So I imagine you know, but like, honestly, for it to be this bad, that he'd walk out with black eyes and stuff? Wow, you guys. Wow. So I got a couple things to show you.
I'm a boss, I'm a bitch and a boss, and I shine like glass, I'm a bitch. I'm a boss, I'm a bitch and a boss, and I shine like glass, I'm a bitch.
That just shows who she is, hey? She actually is gleeful that Charlotte could have possibly been hurt. Man, that's just something else. That is something else. Okay, so I just have this Candace Owens clip, and then we'll have a commercial and be done. But before I found out that stuff about just Harry, I would have been pretty much in all agreeing with her. But now that I know the depth, I always knew he was an asshole, yes. And that they hid that. But the depth of his depravity, is, I don't even know. It is very hard for me to put into words because if what everybody is saying is true, and there's more than one person definitely saying this stuff, oh my God, you guys, that is something else. That is something else. So anyways, I had to do both of them, and this is their perception on me again being the abusive one. And I'm not saying she's not. No, I'm not saying that at all. But you know what I'm saying, right? Okay. So we'll catch this, and then I will talk to you real quick, and then we'll watch the last of it.
Interesting, though, reading the book, you can just tell how manipulated and sucked in he is by his wife. I mean, Candace, he still believes that Meghan had no idea who he was. He says multiple times in the book, she's never Googled me. She's never Googled my family. She has him wrapped around her little finger. And that's not to say that Harry shouldn't take the blame. I've always said right from the start, I think they are both to blame for their actions. But he is manipulated by her, is he not?
Absolutely. And what's so funny about that is Meghan is a trained actress. What she does is that she studies people. She's not a good actress, but she is a trained one, right? She's been doing it her entire life. And there is no doubt that she studied Princess Diana. She studied her mannerisms towards Harry when he was a boy and the way that she grabs her face. And this is the psychopathic elements of what she does, putting a pregnancy text next to Princess Diana's hair, saying that she put her hands on the grave to have a conversation with her, bursting into tears. And she has convinced, there's a thing called in psychology called the Freudian transfer. She has convinced Harry that she is Princess Diana, except this time he has an opportunity to save her. That is the truth. And it's worked, right? So she's done this convincing performance for Harry that I don't know how I ended here. I just love you. And I'm just like your mom. And the one chance that you had to save your mom again, when he recounts that tale and the things that she said, she threatened homicide on her unborn child and suicide on herself. And then she convinced Harry that it was his idea to leave the UK. Now, of course, if you threatened to commit suicide and homicide against my child, you basically said to Harry, you need to do something radical or I'm going to take my life. And that something radical was to leave the UK and to leave the royal family. And yet he believes that this was his own idea and not that these ideas were manipulated and planted into his head by Meghan. As I said, he just isn't very bright. He actually believes everything that she says to him. And unfortunately, I don't see how he can get out of it because he's got no one around him. It's a perfect example when you learn about abusive relationships, isolating someone entirely from their friends and their family, making them believe that their friends and their family are the enemies. I mean, these are classic signs of an abusive relationship. She has accomplished all of them. Getting him to speak loudly, speak out against his family. I mean, what late stage of victimhood is he in right now? So he is. I'm angry at Harry for what he's done to his family. There is a part of me that does see him as a true victim in a very dangerous relationship that he is being manipulated within.
Absolutely fascinating. You are brilliant, Candace Owens. Please come back soon.
Okay, so what do you guys think? I think it's all true. I think she's as abusive as him in different ways. I do think they get physical. I think it's just a bloody mess. I really do. And you know what? I knew, as I'm sure you guys did, that Prince Harry had a wonderful PR machine behind him when he was in the, because there was stuff that did come out, right, that wasn't good. But for the most part, they managed to keep it under wraps pretty good. But he screwed up, left the royal family, and man, shit is coming out. I can't believe some of the details, even some of the details with what Candace said. Maybe, well, I don't read his book and stuff. I stay away from that stuff, because I don't want to give them money and stuff. But, wow, you guys. Wow, I'm just blown away here. Blown away. So, now we know they're even worse pieces of shite that they were. Yay for us. I'm so sorry, but that's just how that goes. So anyways, of course, I decided to do a Sam. I haven't seen it before. He posted it. I don't know if it's new or not, but it's new to me. So I will play that, and that will be it for us until the next time. Thank you so much for staying here and watching these and all of that good stuff. I really do. I do enjoy this, and I love you guys. So I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to do a click. Okay, thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye.
How do you do that?
Old Ferry Bar.
Good evening. I was told that Harry might be sampling a small amaretto at your establishment at present. And I was hoping you might pass him over.
Who may I say is calling?
His Most Excellent Majesty, Charles III, by the grace of God, King, Duke of Lancaster, head of the Commonwealth, defender of faiths, fount of all honours. Should one go on?
Chris, is that you?
Chris?
That's a very good impression, buddy, but I am working.
Impression? No, I'm looking to speak to my son, Prince Harry.
All right. Say the plight of the bumblebee is appalling.
The plight of the bumblebee is simply appalling.
Say the reason for my sadness is all the time I've had to wait.
What number have I called here? This is the Old Ferry Bar.
Please, the reason for my sadness is all the time I've had to wait.
The reason for one's sadness is all the time one had to wait.
I'll just pass you over, Your Majesty. It's your dad.
Oh, hi, Pa. So you finally met Barman Keys then? You know, well, over the phone at least.
Yes, charming fellow, frightfully eccentric. One thought one was auditioning for the role of oneself.
He's great, you know. He's a bit of a wacko when he gets talking about all of his funny business, you know. The stuff that Meghan says is a big no, you know. Meghan, my Meghan.
Indeed, I just wanted to suggest to you, my dear boy, to telephone me when the delightful Meghan isn't within a royal mile of you.
Why?
I don't think it leads itself to honest conversation, and I certainly do find it hard when you pass her over to me, only to natter on about her own life.
She's a strong, independent woman.
I couldn't agree more, but that doesn't make her interesting or inspired. As a beautiful old widow said to me this morning, doesn't matter if you're rich or you're poor, as long as you haven't got to deal with Meghan.
What, that thick, branchy one at the very end of Balmoral?
Yes, he did say that you'd met.
Okay, look, I'm going to say goodbye, but I must introduce you to Boris.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
Yeah, thank you. Boris Johnson, Your Majesty. We've met, of course.
Yes, I'm sure we have. It was when we, during the, no, apologies, it's not coming to me.
I'd like to think I'm pretty unforgettable.
Yes, don't we all? But unfortunately, facts in this instance suggest that you're very much forgettable. You really haven't got the foggiest.
Yes, well, I must say it's been great catching up. I'm just going to pass you back to Barman.
Barman?
Speaking.
Is that your real name?
Yep.
Wonderfully avant-garde. As kids might say, groovy.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what the kids say.
I must say toodle pip for now. Got to get back to my reading up on the best way to inveigle myself into public life.
Oh, well, in that case, I'll pass you back to Harry. Better try and keep him busy, Harry.
Thank you.